push that button, push that button,
Push that
push
button.
that button,
Push, push, kick.
push,
What was
push
that?
it
What was
real.
that? Oh, you went all the way back. Oh shit. She went all
Ah,
the way back.
shit. Yeah. Hey, we was back in days getting in trouble for that song.
Cause we just thought it said bullshit.
Yeah, but my grandma and them like, what you be pushing? Like you can't be singing no push it. Like, yeah,
Man,
I couldn't do that stuff back in the day.
nowadays you'd be like somebody asks you, what you pushing? I'm pushing P. Pushing P. I'm pushing
Bro,
P.
what that mean, Joe? What that mean?
I have no idea what it means. I just know it
Yeah,
sounds good. I know it
I'm
sounds
like,
good.
it's one of
Um,
them little young phrases that everybody be singing, and
yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
I do
I'm
not
a, I do not. I got my old Negro card. I don't know what that means.
know. Right.
I
All
have
I
no
know is
idea.
like, sure. You say you pushing. I'm gonna say pushing. That's because I'm old.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah, yeah.
That's all. That's
Hey,
what we got.
what you have for lunch today?
What I have for lunch? Honestly, I didn't eat lunch. You know what I had for lunch? I had some popcorn.
Popcorn.
Yep. But I did have a lunch because I've been trying to do good, trying to lose this weight. So
Hmm.
I had like I I had meal prepped. So I did have some salmon and broccoli for lunch.
Oh,
But
you have some good stuff.
yeah, but I was doing something so I didn't get a chance to eat. So I'm
Hmm.
going to probably eat it for dinner though. So yeah.
Okay. I
What you eat?
well,
Why? What made
I
you what
brought
made
it
you
up. I asked you because so I had me and Courtney. She's on her little her break, her school break right now. She's been out since Monday,
mm-hmm.
so it's just me and her here because CJ at school. Myra at work. So we decided to get some lunch. So I said, Courtney, what you want? She was like, Dad, it don't matter. I just want something with some fries. I said, okay.
That's me. I love me some fries.
She loves some fries. So I was like, okay, okay, all right, let's see. So I said, you know what? She ain't never had this before. We ordered Ricketts for lunch. Now,
you
everybody, all
why
the
you ain't never
listeners,
ordered that for her, bro?
you know what? I never, because it's either Remus or Harold's.
Right.
So,
Rick
so
is his remix though.
I know that's what I'm about to educate the audience on.
Oh,
See,
okay,
for
okay.
for everybody who follow the podcast, first of all, it's some of that podcast. I'm Coach Mo. We got Tease, she in the building.
Yo.
Um, we're back with episode, what's this,
I think
62,
we
63,
62. 60, wait, this
62?
our second one. What y'all we old. So I think we
Yeah,
at
I forgot.
62, bro. We 62.
62, right?
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So episode 62, we back. Make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify,
All that stuff.
YouTube, all our DSPs.
Go ahead and follow us.
Yeah, hit that subscription button. So,
Yes.
all right, back what I was saying. So, order Ricketts. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Ricketts, everybody, Ricketts is the original, the OG, the original. It wouldn't be no Remus without Ricketts.
Right.
Ricketts is a few places here in Chicago. There's one in Hillside. There's another one in the West Loop. No, not West Loop, but it's on Taylor Street. I think that's the West Loop. Anyway,
I
it's
only
on
know about
Taylor
one
Street.
of them.
You ain't never been to that one?
I only been to one on Hillside. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's another one on Taylor Street. You know
Oh,
where
nice.
Hawkeyes is at? You know where Hawkeyes is at?
No. I
Okay,
mean,
you
I
know
probably
where
do,
Bar.
but I probably just can't think of it right now.
You remember where Bar 10 is at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's down the street from Bar 10
Okay.
on Taylor.
Okay.
Hey, that food, that chicken, it's something in that chicken and that sauce.
Yeah.
Me and Courtney, I only ordered a 4 piece because it's Lent. I done got rid of candy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Originally I was gonna post for Lent. I gave up niggas and hoes, but I was
Oh
like, nah.
gosh.
I was like, nah, that might be a little inappropriate. But I gave up candy for Lent. But me and Courtney ate that Ricketts. I ate like 2 pieces, and I was like, you know what? I'm so full, but it's so good. It's so
Uh-huh.
good. Courtney, Courtney came down because I was working. She came down to my workstation. She was like, Dad, I don't know where this chicken is, where you got it from, but she was like, this is the best chicken and fries I ever had. So I said, Courtney, it's better than Remus. She's like, yes. Key
It's
taste way better than Remus.
it's crazy that it do taste a little bit better than Uncle. I know it's the same people, bro, but it's just like for some reason since Ricketts came to Hillside, like when I order like that, I go to Ricketts. I haven't been to Uncle Remus in a long time. I've been ordering from Ricketts.
So look, anybody listen to this episode, you know anybody at Ricketts, you know the family, you know anybody, manager, let them know if they want to promote Ricketts on our podcast, hit us
We'll
up.
sure enough eat it.
We'll show eat it and we'll
Look, Black History Month being very
listen.
stereotypical. We sure gonna eat that chicken.
Hey, and y'all can get a drop every 30 minutes into the show. Y'all can get a
Listen,
drop because
with mouth
you
on my
know
fingers and everything.
for real, we can do a whole show with us with the Ricketts in the background, the chicken in that. We can do all that. I'm telling y'all,
Hey,
because Ricketts is fine.
I'm gonna take you back even more, bro. Guess what I had this week?
Mm. What
It's
you
a
have?
chicken. It's a chicken. Look, remember
I thought she was going to say.
Chicken Fixes.
No.
You don't talk about though, right? Damn, on Thin Line.
I
He was
thought,
talking about
yeah,
Chicken
yeah.
Fixes. What I was gonna say?
I thought you were going to say Wallace's. But you know,
I
they
did.
closed
Oh,
though.
yeah,
They
they
closed
closed
though.
down. They closed
Right.
down.
Yeah, they
No,
closed.
you know I had Coleman's West
Oh.
Side Special. Yes.
Stand up, West Side. Stand up,
Yes,
West
I had
Side, for
Coleman's
sure.
because you know what it
Yeah.
is. Every time I go to the city, and I get my hair done down the street from there, so every
Mm-hmm.
time I go there, it's just like I'd be like, I gotta get because hey, I'm in the burbs, so we don't have like the closest one is
Mm-hmm.
Rick to me, and that's like 15 minutes from me. So
Yeah, that's a nice ride.
yeah, so if I'm ever in the city, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it's a couple things I want when I go to the city. Sometimes I want the original Uncle Remus on Roosevelt. I don't know if it's the original one, but sometimes I do like the Remus on the West Side.
Mm-hmm.
I like Coleman's and
Mm-hmm.
Taste Buds.
Woo, I ain't had taste bud in a minute.
Taste Buds, yeah. You can
Yo,
taste bud.
shot.
I don't know about your hood places, but because that was like where I lived at. Those are the few that I do like.
Shout out to our homie TJ. Hey, TJ know everything about taste bud. Okay?
Listen,
The
I'm
whole menu, he know it.
I personally know TJ know everything uh about taste buds because I'm sure I was with him almost every Sunday getting taste buds. Yeah.
God. I'm talking about one night coming from the club, right?
Uh-huh.
Taste bud usually open late. So
Mm-hmm.
I pull up, I'm in line, right? All I hear is somebody laughing. There's only one laugh I know like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I turn around, it's TJ in line. I'm like, what up, bro? He like, what happening? Hey, man, what? Hey,
That sound like
that's
TJ.
his spot, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that's his spot, man. Shout
Yeah.
out to TJ,
I'm
man.
pretty sure he put us on. I'm pretty sure he put us on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that was yeah. You once you get taste buds, you be like full like for like 2 days.
Full. You be full.
Be
I
full for like
swear.
2 days. Yeah. So yeah, we
I
talking
put
about
my
the hood food. Y'all listen to this, y'all give us y'all favorite little hood spots.
yeah. Ain't nothing. Look, down Madison, you can find 2 or 3 hood spots that
For
you gonna
sure.
eat from.
For
You know,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah. Now I don't know if they up to code, but they food be good.
That's what to me. That's what make them kind of good when they ain't up to code, man.
Yeah, I went to a couple places back in the day, bro. I remember like seeing like something run past. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this is my last time.
This is
I'm gonna have to
yeah.
elevate my eating.
Leave that alone. Leave that alone.
Get it on, bro. Yep.
So all right, let's go ahead and let's get this pod started. How was your week?
So far, so good. It's been low key, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I went to the movies to see Ant-Man this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to see what I graded. I'm gonna give it a B. Did you see it yet?
No, I ain't see it. I probably won't see it.
You gonna wait till it come on Disney Plus?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, but I like that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know you do.
I went to go see it. So it was yeah, I give it a B. But
I
other than
be
that, I had a so far so good. Got a pretty decent week, so I'm
okay.
ready for the weekend. It's gonna be a
Okay.
busy weekend for me too. But yeah, how about you, bro?
Well, this week been busy because we in the playoffs, so we won last night. Just
All
been a little
right,
busy week. Yeah, we won. We beat Steinman's last night.
nice.
Shout out to all my homies that went to Steinman's. Y'all got slapped, but anyway. Um, but other than that, I mean, work been crazy. That's the problem. Work has been like crazy, so that's why it's been busy.
Okay.
Um, February almost done. A few more days, February be over with.
I know. Do you feel like people like Black History Month? Maybe it's just me, but do you feel like Black History Month being kind of I don't want to say
Blah.
that. Yeah, like I feel like it's
It's blah, bro. It's blah.
it's usually feel like it's more celebration and stuff going on around Black History Month. I don't know. I won't say I don't know, but it feel like it ain't been I feel like it ain't been no big deal this year, like it should be.
I think mofos just like, man, you know what? Why you trying to regulate our history for 28 days?
True,
Like, I
true.
think people just, people now like, whatever. You don't even want us to talk about slavery in our schools. So now why you want to just give us a month? I just think people just like they over it.
Yeah.
I
But I
think
look
they
at it like
are.
this. I get that part, but I look at it like this. Like Black history is definitely 365, right? Days of the year.
Hmm.
Absolutely. But there ain't enough things in this country that's celebrating us. Like in the ideal world, like you said, they don't even want to teach our real history in
Yep.
school, right? We
Hmm.
shouldn't have to separate Black History Month because Black history is American history. But we know that the the system that makes the books, the people that makes the books, and the people that are in the education realm are mostly white people, middle-aged white women, and a lot of them don't have no connection to black people in the community. And if their their privilege, what I'm saying,
Hmm.
is in question, and anything that makes them feel uncomfortable, they ain't trying to do that. That's why they water down, what slaves were and stuff like that. So I do think it's a good time to celebrate. We don't have to stop at here, obviously, but I do think we should at least, you know, we should still celebrate it to the highest. Just like I
Hmm.
feel like, you know what it is. I feel like people really, when Juneteenth come, people really, I feel like people celebrate that more now.
They do. They
On
do.
the last few years, I feel like Juneteenth has replaced like when it comes to Black celebration. I feel like more people definitely are down with Juneteenth than Black History Month.
People celebrate Juneteenth like Mexicans celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Facts.
That's what
Facts.
people are starting to do now. You're starting to see
Yeah.
people ride around with the flags, the
Yeah.
African flag. You're starting to see
Yeah.
people
I ain't see
wear all
African
that
flag
stuff.
nowhere. And I ain't
I
seen the like the red, black, and green. I haven't seen that I ain't seen that all month. So yeah.
I don't, but you're gonna see it in June though, the
Yeah.
19th. You're gonna
Yeah.
see it. You definitely gonna see it because they're gonna
Yeah.
be riding around the car. You're gonna be seeing people making posts about Juneteenth. You're
Yeah.
gonna like I really think now we have moved away from. I think Juneteenth is the day now that I like to say the modern day black folks,
Sure.
the woke black folks
Yeah.
uh, celebrate now.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that I don't even just say want to say woke, but I think black people in general, like, even though it's been going on down south for a long time,
Yep.
I think more people are just they on the Juneteenth bandwagon, and it's just like that's a big like black celebration. So I'll take that too. But
It's got to be big if people getting a day off.
yeah,
Come on now, like they
yeah,
ain't nobody giving no days off in Black History Month, right?
mm-mm,
Except President's Day.
right. But you know
How
what,
ironic
too,
is
bro?
that? How ironic is that?
We can talk about that on another episode. But to me too, like, I'm glad we got the day off for Juneteenth, even though it's not recognized at my company. But um, at the same time, it's like I feel like it's a smoke screen too. I smell like it's a smoke screen in the sense that, like, people were advocating for Juneteenth to be federal holiday, but not like not above us getting like, the George Floyd like or bill passed, right? Or
Yeah,
and
that
making like
still ain't
crime
passed.
against black people like a
Yeah,
hate crime in a federal offense, like those type.
like the anti-Asian hate crime, like that got
Absolutely,
passed. Yeah.
absolutely. So I feel like the real stuff that we need, like, okay, they ain't touch that. So it's just like, here, y'all can have, Juneteenth as a federal holiday, like, but that don't really change nothing. That don't change the laws. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Like, I'm glad we got it, but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of a smoke screen too. But
Well, look,
my personal
eh,
opinion.
and you know what? I mean, I can see that. I can see that. But again, I'm that person that, hey, I never gave a fuck about the 4th of July. All I did was eat
Yep,
barbecue and celebrate. I got the day
that's
off.
all black people.
I didn't. I mean, so
That's
I,
all
I
black
ain't gonna
people.
I ain't gonna sit here and be like, and try to act like Juneteenth. Hey, I'm happy to have the day off. My
Right.
company, my company immediately sent the email that
Yeah.
they was gonna honor Juneteenth. Like soon as George Floyd, we seen the video. My company the next following week just said,
They want the problems.
yeah, yeah, they just hey. So I mean, hey man, I'm gonna enjoy my day off from the
Yeah,
from the
I
job.
I'm with you, bro. I'm just saying,
I paid day off too. I
yeah,
paid day off.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't my company, we ain't there yet. So,
Mhm.
you know,
They still ain't. They ain't
hopefully
progressive. They ain't
they ain't-
progressive yet.
they haven't progressed yet. They haven't I always, I'll be telling y'all, like, really, it's not a lot of black people. So, and I think, because there isn't a lot of black people, like stuff like that is gonna always be pushed to the back burner because it's probably a handful of us. And
Real
yeah,
talk.
so you
Real
know,
talk. Real talk.
I'm just there to get paid. I'm just doing what I'm just there so I
I'm
don't
just
get
here so I don't
fired.
get fined.
Yes,
That's
that's
what it
it.
is. That's all it is.
I got bills to pay, so yeah,
But
that's
hey,
where we at.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. So your boy been binge watching shows. Okay,
All right,
all it all started Sunday evening.
all right. You talking about TV?
I've been watching. Let me start off. I watched the show Harlem.
Okay,
I binge watched Harlem of season one, and I finished season two. I watched what was it, only 5 episodes so far? Season two, five, four,
6.
whatever it was.
It's been
Six.
6.
Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
got to watch the last one. So I just want to say I was on the fence about Harlem because I was like, okay, these four chicks. Do I really want to see like is this like a chick movie or rom com chick movie? I was on the fence about it, but
It's not
I
a
gave
movie,
it
it's a TV show.
a TV show, so I gave it a chance, and I have to admit it's pretty good. Like it's good. I really enjoyed the show, especially season one. It was a lot happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I was shocked at how well written it was.
Yeah.
And I will say this: um, it does touch on like single women, successful single women
Mm-hmm.
deal with on a daily basis. You got four different personalities. You got a successful chick. You got a chick that's trying to find her career. You got a chick that's trying to find a relationship. Then you got a chick that has a relationship but is unsure about their relationship. So they do dive into the four things that women go through, single women. But the one thing that they always come back to is, can a single woman be successful and maintain a relationship? And in that show, they always find a way to come back to that. Whether they dealing with, okay, this man on this level, or they dealing with this man only for this on that level, but they always come back to, can a single woman be successful and also maintain a healthy relationship? And I don't know if that's driven on society now with what we see on TV, podcasts, a lot of women talking about independence and the reluctance to rely on men to, I don't like to use the word save them, but take care of them or whatever the roles, how people view roles now. I don't know what it is, but that show Harlem really, really touched on that. And depending on your point of view as a person you're watching that, you may agree with how they depict that, or you may not. For me, um, I'm glad they didn't bash men in this show, because in other shows, especially on certain networks and a certain writer, I feel like he has a problem with black men sometimes, black men and women. But on this
Mhm.
show with Harlem, I don't think the people who produced and wrote this, I don't think they really bash men. I just thought they gave a realistic and healthy description of what it's like to be single, successful in Harlem, New York.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think they 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 have a good variety of um like the in general thought process of working women,
Mm-hmm.
and women that successful, women that's trying to make it, women that are in different fields, right? You got you know people, you got artsy women, you got
Mm-hmm.
teachers, you got so they did
Mm-hmm.
show a variety, which I like that. My one critique for the show, and then I'll touch about like the working woman aspect. My one critique of the show was the fact that one of the dark skinned girl,
Angie.
dark skin, yeah, Angie, the dark skinned woman and the voluptuous woman. Like I didn't like how they made her over sexual. And I, as a dark skinned fluffy lady, to me, it's a stereotype in a lot of these shows and movies. It's in that's upsetting to me because it's black people writing this show that they automatically make like the big girl, super sassy and sexual, and and they make the dark girl like the same way, super sassy and sexualized. And I'm like, why do we have to go that way? So why couldn't they make her, the professor? Why couldn't they make her the put together, person that owned the magazine? You know what I'm saying? Why does she have to be the struggling thing? And I'm not trying to like be like a big deal of it, but to me, representation matters and imagery matters, and no matter like what people say, it is a stigma of, I can only speak for myself and in dark skinned girls that I know. It's been a stigma with dark women. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't a thing for a long time. If you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, you know what it's like to be called African booty scratcher. Okay. And you know what it's called to be, darky and all that stuff. Like that stuff was real. And so I don't understand why. Because to me, Angie is pretty, so it was just like, why they had to make her like the over sexualized sassy one? Like why couldn't she be the put together character? And I don't like how it's always in these shows that they make the dark, or it's either the dark or the bigger woman, and in this case she's both, so they make them, they typecast them. I don't like that. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, the show I think is good. I think that I don't know, I think they touch on like real life people our age, you know, women our age, stuff that we go through. So it's I think it's relatable in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So and I
Mm-hmm.
and I do like that they don't it's not a show bashing men or trying to, make men out to be bad people or to feminize them in the sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I
Yeah.
do like that aspect because they do too much of that too, on these other shows. So
They do a lot of that
yeah, so
on
I
this
like
show.
I like that it's just a I like it's just a show about four women that's finding their way, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's my thoughts on it.
And season two, I thought season two took a little turn. It was a little different.
Mm-hmm.
They started to get more into old girl's life. The bald head chick. Uh, uh, what's her name? I keep want to say Terry, but it's not Terry.
Mm-mm.
Is it Terry? It's
It's Queen,
anyway.
Angie, Camille, and
I forget
dang,
her name,
I gotta look now because it's gonna
but
blow
she
me. The tall
you know,
lady.
yeah, the tall lady. She runs the little magazine, her own company and everything, but she going through her issues now with uh her health.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Ty, that's her name.
Ty, that's her name.
I think her
So
name
yes,
on the show, like I think her real name on the show is like Tanisha or something like that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So Ty's character is now she's dealing with her health issues. Now, to me, I think that's relatable because it talks about fibroids,
Mm-hmm.
and fibroids are a huge issue with African American women.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you know, my wife knows.
Yep.
A lot of women, other females I know at around that age, it gets worse as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of women who still want to have kids have to make a decision about having a hysterectomy
Yeah.
because for those you don't know who you not might not, when you have a hysterectomy, you that means that woman will no longer be able to have kids.
Yeah.
And and for some women, depending on how old they are or whatever, that's a big decision for them because some women do aspire to have kids.
Yeah.
No matter what, 45, 40, it don't matter. They still aspire to have kids.
Yeah. I mean, and though, bro, too. On the flip side of that, my conspiracy head is, I with the fibroids, to me, it's very prevalent amongst Black women, and so I feel like but because it is, I would like to see more research and more things that that are geared towards why are we getting them. So why is it
Hmm.
so prevalent in Black women? It can't.
Hmm.
It's not like, if we're it's not just because we Black. You know what I'm saying? So what
Hmm.
factors are causing Black women to, you know, um, to have fibroids? Like right now, there's talk about it being like perms and the chemicals from
Really?
yeah, like the chemicals from perms that, and we know Black women when we was kids, a lot of us had perms. Some people still get perms now, and so there's talk about that fibroids being connected I mean to that perms being connected to like fibroids and forms of like cervical cancer, because that's another thing that's prevalent with Black people, Black women. So yeah, my thing with also with that too is just like I said, I wish we would do more research on why, and because if the like you said, it's a big decision, bro, and I know too many women that are close to me that have had to have that, either a partial hysterectomy or a full hysterectomy, and they is women in their 30s and 40s, and to
Hmm.
me that's alarming as a Black woman, because in this country we know at some point, bro, that's how Planned Parenthood got started,
Yep.
to kind of um to I don't want to say eliminate, but to kind of in a sort of like stop Black reproduction. And
Yeah.
so by some of these states kind of moving away from Planned Parenthood, now I feel like it's an attack on Black women's organs. Like, because if we can't reproduce, then how are we gonna have reproduce ourselves if women ain't having babies?
It's true. It's
So
true.
that's alarming to me, that so many that I can name that I know personally at least 5 women. Me personally know at least 5 women that have had a partial or a full hysterectomy, and some of them had kids, and some of them didn't. So that's
And
scary to me.
I'm just to be full transparent. Um, you know, my wife is dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
We got a big decision to make.
Yeah.
Uh, People can look and say, "Well, you guys already got 2 kids."
Right.
That's true. That's
Right.
true. But I also know as a man, it's not my decision.
Right.
It has nothing. Like we can talk about it, and we gonna talk about it. She respects my opinion, or blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, the decision is hers.
Yeah.
But again, um, we had a young lady on our show, Tease. She just texted me because I haven't heard from her, and she just told me she just had one.
Mm.
But it was bad. Like they found some things, they were able to remove some things. But
Yeah.
again, she aspires to have kids, but
Yeah.
now she had to have this.
Yeah.
So I mean, you right. We all know somebody, and like you said, it is one of those things when it comes to Black women. Why is this so prevalent?
Right.
Now, now I'm gonna say this. Now, ladies, don't kill me because I don't know. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I also wonder too. Does birth control is that does that play a part? Because growing up, Tease, when we had homies who was having sex,
Right.
young or whatever, at 15, 16, they was getting put on birth control
Yeah.
and this and that. I wonder over time,
Yeah.
did that have something to do with it?
It could, bro. But that's my thing. It's not being studied enough for me.
Yeah.
And it makes me uncomfortable, and it's kind of upsetting as a black woman, because we always talk about, like, that's I think we talked about a couple weeks ago, just about, like, when it comes to systematic racism, that type of
Hmm.
thing, when it's a gap in healthcare, because my insurance come out like everybody else's insurance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
just like we're paying the same thing, but we're not receiving the same service, and that's bull.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's bull. So it's just like, we as black women, we definitely have to um take control of our health. But then also too, that's what we the part of when we hire when we vote for these officials and things like that. That's kind of stuff we need them to advocate for. You know what I'm saying? And to be the
Hmm.
voice, the loud voice that's connected to all these people to say, hey, it ain't just enough to say, okay, black women are 80% more likely to get fibroids. Why? It's a
Yeah.
reason why. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Wow.
guarantee you, if white women were having issues with fibroids like black women, this wouldn't be a thing. We'll be hearing about all kinds of drugs to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Or all kinds of diets that can help. It would be a national issue.
Medical crisis.
It'll be a crisis, bro. But
Yeah.
because we know that there is a sector of the company, I mean of the country, that you know do that are afraid of being taken over as the majority, and so they don't want brown and black people to reproduce at the levels that we are. And so that it could be conspiracy. People could think I'm crazy, but I believe we gotta look in. It could be something to that. And I'm not saying that the women don't have fibroids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that the issues, why we have them, and the prevention. Because why is it just so quick to be like, okay, yeah, just have a hysterectomy? Ain't nothing we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we can't, there's not a surgery to get them removed and that we can
And
successfully.
that's the thing. Like it ain't. I know. Like there's no. The first thing it is like okay, just go back to the show when the young lady, she kept having pain. She thought it was menstrual pain, but
Right,
she was
correct.
like, what? She was like, wait, it's been going on for 11 days. So
Yeah,
even her friend was like, 11 days,
yeah.
something wrong with that. And then again, the show was talking about when she went to the ER and that doctor wasn't willing to go the extra step to
Yep.
do more blood work to figure
Mhm.
out what's wrong with her. All he said was, "Oh, she'll be fine. She just need to
Mhm.
do this and get her up out of there." Well,
Mhm.
again, once again, so the show is showing us, okay, that our healthcare system doesn't
It's
take every
flawed.
doesn't 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 take everyone who looks like us seriously.
Yep.
Sometimes when it comes to our issues, so it took for her to pretty much collapse and go to another hospital where again they find out this is what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
And she's like 30 plus on that show.
Yeah.
And they basically telling her like, look, the only way to solve this long term, to have to live a healthy lifestyle, you need to have a hysterectomy.
Yep.
Now, she's a lesbian,
Mhm.
okay? But again, as we all know, lesbian couples are having kids together.
Yeah. Look
Lesbian
at
couples,
Brett. Yeah.
look at the Brat and Judy. So
Mhm.
again, once again, so it's like here's a decision, and I always say this. I told you this too. As men, we just need to stay the fuck out of certain things. We do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to those hysterectomy, I really felt like, is this an attack on black women? Not
It
not 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 saying that like there's something like somebody in a secret lab,
sure.
like, okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna put this in the chicken because
Yeah.
we know they're gonna eat it. But
Right.
it's like, but you know what I mean? But it
Shit
really
might be though,
affects
but no.
it
No, but
really
no, I
affects
get you.
black women. It
Yeah.
really affects black women.
Yeah, it's the same thing, bro. There's some things that affect black men at a high level, some things that affect black women, and that's my thing is the preventative measures and the information that will will help reduce that. It's not being told to us,
Yeah.
right? And so that's why my family laugh at me, but sometimes when we switch healthcare providers at work, For if your job gets a new provider, and sometimes you have to switch doctors if your doctor not in that network and stuff like that. So if I get a new doctor, I'm telling you, I'll switch doctors in a minute. If I don't get a good vibe for you, and I feel like you come in there, I've been sitting there, you come there for 5 minutes, you gone. I won't be back. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom
As
gonna
you
be like,
should.
they'd be like,
No, as you
you
should.
don't like nobody. I'm like, no,
No.
I ain't trying to be
Mm-mm.
overly, sensitive, but I gotta get a good feel. And
As you
unfortunately
should.
for me, I'm telling you, bro, I don't mean no harm to any white doctors, but I've almost all my life since I was a kid had a black or brown doctor. And brown
Okay.
in fall in the category of like Asian, as far as or like yeah, Asian or
Mm-hmm.
Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's just my comfort level, because a lot of them deal with the same issues that we deal with, health wise, maybe not on
Mm-hmm.
the same level, but they're more relatable that I've experienced, because they have issues too. And they have systematic racism in some sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, not may not be in the level as that we experience it here in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
America, but they experience it too. So
Absolutely they do.
I could relate to
And,
them.
and just to wrap up about the season two with that aspect. I mean, that's just a part of the show that I really, I was like, man, like they showing this, and it's like,
We gotta
and
get a
I'm
doctor on here, bro.
who
We get a doctor on here to talk
we
about that.
ne- we need to get like a OBGYN on
For
here
sure.
to talk about that.
I thought about asking my doctor to come on.
Hmm.
She's younger and she kind of cool and hip, so I
Hmm.
thought about asking her to come on one show. But we gotta
That would
find
be great.
yeah, we gotta find a good
But
doctor to come on here and talk to us.
but so far, just to wrap it up, I love Harlem. I'm gonna watch the next episode. I
The
really like
finale
it.
is tomorrow. The finale is tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna have my popcorn.
What you think
I'm
will
gonna watch
happen?
it.
Let me ask you this, because we ain't really talk about the show. What you think gonna
Hmm.
happen with Camille? Did you think she gonna be with Ian or Jameson?
Jameson.
I do too.
I
Why you
do. I
think
think it's gonna be Jameson because I think Ian tired of her shit.
mm-hmm. It
He
don't it
basically
seem
he,
like they chemistry is kind of off.
because he basically dropped somebody a day before they're supposed to get married for her, and then she's still doing stupid shit.
Yeah. And then I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
how they even broke up was her fault.
It was
So
her
it's just,
fault.
and then I feel like they had unresolved emotions, and so that's probably why they feel like they had to be back together. But it's an
Yep.
example of sometimes you gotta let sometimes that old stuff you need to stay where it was at. Like it didn't work out, and you could
Yep.
still have love for somebody, but that don't necessarily mean you have to be with them. That's why
No, you
like
got to move
I don't
on.
believe in revisiting old stuff like that. Like sometimes
Yep.
you could still have somebody have a place in your heart, but that don't mean we gotta be together.
They
We can
was
love
gone
each
for a
other, but
reason.
it just don't work out as a couple. But that's
I
just
think.
my thought.
I think. Yeah. I think they're gonna break up. She's gonna be with Ian. That's what I'm predicting. But
Jameson,
who knows? I mean, Jameson.
yeah,
I believe that's what I'm predicting. But who knows? I mean,
yeah,
the young lady who wrote this season, she's from Chicago.
yeah. Yeah, she went to Andrew
She's with
Jackson. Shout out to AJ.
Andrew Johnson. She she's well connected in the St. Mail community.
Yeah,
Um, so she did a good job with this season, and hopefully some of that podcast will have her on here. But
fingers
y'all just got
crossed.
to wait and see. Y'all just got to wait and see what we might make happen. God damn it.
Yeah. For sure.
Um, let's talk about let's talk about let's talk about this Vogue cover
Oh
with
boy.
with, with Rihanna and
You know
her
what?
baby
I'm
her
finna see if
baby daddy.
y'all help me.
Yeah.
Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to pull it up so I can put it on the screen.
Now, for those of you, I set it up. For those of you who haven't seen it,
Can you see it,
Rihanna.
bro?
Yeah, I see it. There we go.
Okay.
Rihanna is on the cover of Vogue. She's got ASAP Rocky, who's her child's father, and he's holding the baby, and Rihanna has him by the hand as if she's leading him as they're walking away or whatever. There's a lot of controversy with this cover.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as you people can see, you see Jonathan Majors with he was on the cover of Ebony, we gonna talk about that too. But now, I okay. When I saw the cover, I have to admit, I cringed. Okay, I cringed,
Which
and I
cover you talking
cringed
about, though, bro? Which one did you
the
cringe?
Vogue cover. I'm
Okay.
talking about the Vogue cover. I cringed because if you pay attention to Vogue over the years, to me, they do some cringe-worthy covers with black men and white women, especially how they portray black men. For example, you remember about some years ago when LeBron was on the cover with the white lady,
I remember
and
that.
they had and,
It was
and they
like
had
Tarzan.
yeah, they had him like the beast, like he was a beast, and then this is
Mhm.
the white damsel and all that,
Yeah.
and then they had remember how they had Kobe dressed up in all white. Remember
Yeah.
how they had D Rose. It just you know I'm not that guy, but when you start looking, you like, damn, Bo, like what are y'all really trying to portray
Right.
with black men?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get into this cover with ASAP and Rihanna. Now, people might disagree with me. That's fine. But for me, I don't like the visual
Okay.
because I always felt like in the household, the man should be the head. He should be the lead. And in this visual, it looks like it's the opposite from me. Now I know some people say, "Oh, it's just a cover. Oh, it's just showing how ASAP is a dad and loving his kid, and why Rihanna is whatever." Fine. I mean, everybody can have different opinions, but to me, I don't like the look. I do think there is a segment in society that does want black men to look somewhat. Uh, I don't like using the word feminine, but somewhat.
You can say feminine
No, I don't want to say feminine because I don't think it's always feminine.
or just emasculate in a sense.
Emasculate. That's the word
Yeah.
I'll use. I think sometimes they do want black men to look emasculated at times, um, especially when it comes to another black woman. They never do that when it's a black man and a white woman together or married. They never do that. They only do that when it's black couples. And this particular cover, it's it's a dope cover in terms of the pictures and the background. But again, you see how she's kind of leading him and how she's looking. I cringe, Tease. I'm just gonna be honest. I cringe.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like this as a man.
Okay. I I can in 110%, agree with you. It can be cringeworthy, because I agree that I do think there's a segment of society that absolutely wants to emasculate black men. That's been the case since we got here. So I do agree with you there. In this particular situation, I'm on the fence only because I mean they could have chose a different. I would have liked to had seen them side by side, you
Mm-hmm.
know, posed more so. I don't like to, again, like you said, I'm traditional in my thinking as well, with the man in the patriotic sense being the leader of the house.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but the flip side of that is the why I'm on the fence on it is because I do like the fact that ASAP is holding his son and
Yeah.
in an affectionate way. And
Yeah. No
something
doubt.
that something that an image that we don't see enough with black men. So I do
Mm-hmm.
like that. I do like they did show him, and they didn't try to make it seem like she's a single mother. You know what I'm saying? That she
Mm-hmm.
has a active father and an active mate. You know what I'm saying? So I do like that. Um I just don't think, I know, like, people was saying like it's looking like, that she's leading in that sense. I personally just don't think that Rihanna would be with a weak dude.
True that.
That's just me. I know like and ASAP kind of been like he kind of been on that fashion thing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I'm on the fence with the I can absolutely see the imagery in how black men would found offense to it. Because I do, like I said, I do think that there is a thing, but in this sense, I think they were trying to just show Rihanna in the front because the article was about her. But I do
Hmm.
think, Rihanna was like, this my family. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts on it. Yeah.
And I don't. I'm one of those people. Like I really like. I always believe two things to be true, and
Sure.
and I always believe like in certain situations there's no wrong answers, there's no
Right.
wrong opinion, and
Right.
I think you can feel whatever you want about this particular cover because honestly, I think this is what Vogue wants.
Yeah.
They want people to talk about the cover. They want people to go out and buy it. They
Yeah.
want people to talk about it because this is part of what they do.
Yeah.
Um, um, but I mean, Rihanna doesn't come off to me as a woman that I don't think she wants to emasculate a black man.
No. No.
She's never come off to me like that.
Yeah.
Like it's certain women that you could tell like yeah she probably pegging him at home. You know what I mean?
We ain't got to get
It's
on that because I already know who you're thinking about.
yeah you already know what I'm talking about. Like we can pretty much say that, but I don't get that from her. And then
I don't
you
think I
know
just don't think, and I don't also don't think Rocky that type of dude.
I don't think so
From
either.
what we've seen of him as a rapper, he don't come across like that. And I know like women like had this bossed up view online, but we know behind closed doors. No, he I can sure he don't some dudes, it don't matter how much you make, you don't run me.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and and I see people be like, well, she the billionaire, so she should be in front. Money don't equal you being in front.
that's true.
Money don't
That's
equal you
true.
being in front. That's to me should not be the deciding factor on whether or not the man is your leader.
That's
Because I
true.
can tell you right now, no matter how much money my mama make, and my dad is not like a man that'll be like, you have to follow my rules and fee fight.
Yeah.
He ain't like that, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And him and my mama collaborate, but I can tell you, like, but he's the man of the house, and there is no question about that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that, I feel like it's still Rihanna come from the Caribbean, that the men are still very patriotic and down there. So
They are. They
it's
very
no
and
come. She
I
could
think
be a
she
boss at Fenty, but she's not. I can assure you, she ain't. I can't assure you, but I would be surprised if she bossing up on him in the house.
I guarantee you she's not emasculating him. I don't think she
Yeah,
is.
yeah, she don't come
I don't
across like
there's
that
no
to me.
idea.
Yeah,
No, she don't come off that way to me either.
yeah,
Um but I'm the cover bothers me. The cover just bothers me as a black man, just as a
yeah.
man. Because, I ever since I had a son, I try to teach him to be a man. I know some women don't like to hear when other men say that about how they teaching their young boys, and I get it. But I've always taught my son to be a man. He don't have to make his voice loud, but just
Sure,
carry himself as he's a man. You know what I
absolutely,
mean? Don't let nobody walk over you, man or woman.
absolutely, absolutely,
Have a backbone, stuff
absolutely.
like that. So for me, looking at the cover, it's just cringeworthy for me. That's
I
all.
can get it. I get it, bro. I get it 1000%. Like I say, I'm on the fence. I don't necessarily know if that's what the people who were putting the cover together was thinking, but I can see how as a black man they can be like, like, come on, this ain't the move, So
Yeah, and we got,
get
and
it.
then and women gotta stop, especially black women. They gotta stop um, trying to always shift the conversation. Is that men are always trying to uh, make their kids be something that they ain't. That's not it, man.
Right,
It's like for me and like some of my homies, we grew up in households where the man was present, felt his presence, didn't have to scream and holler. It's just how he carried himself, and you knew this what it was. So for a lot of us growing up, that's all we know. People always talk about the blueprint. For a lot of men, that was our blueprint.
mm-hmm.
That was our blueprint. Like that's how we who got kids now, that's how I raise my son.
Right.
Like my son opens the door for my daughter. My son
Right.
opens the door for his mama. Like that's it. I've never once told him, "Hey boy, what you crying for? Quit being soft."
Sure.
I'm not like that.
Right.
At the same time, I don't. I want him to stand on his principles. If it's something he believe in, if it's something he's not gonna do, don't do it just because this woman you with calling you soft or scary.
Right.
Because on some real shit, there's a lot of dudes that are dead and in prison because they tried to show how tough they was because of a woman's honor. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put that out there.
Yes, you're right though, bro. You're right, and you're right in. I feel like in that approach in raising, your son. Like people can say they want to say, what I'm saying. Like you said, when you are present in your son's life, there's nothing wrong with you. To me, it's nothing wrong with showing him how to be a man in the traditional sense, because I feel like this whole idea of genderless has caused confusion in society. That's my personal opinion. Like to be like we don't have gender roles. Sure, roles can differ a little bit, as time changes. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
at some point, most women stayed at home and men went to work. But now we're in a society where, both women and men have to work. So gender roles, it still makes me, I'm still a woman, and some things come natural to me in a
yep,
domestic sense. But now that women and men are working in the household, so something's got to change in the sense that maybe the woman ain't cooking all week. Maybe she cooking 2 times a week. Maybe her husband cooking because we both working.
right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying? So maybe she cooking, maybe he cleaning. Like
and that's
the
okay.
roles can change. You know what I'm saying? But to be like there ain't no roles. No, there's some roles. We got we
I
got
do
we
believe
got
that's a
relationship
role.
roles for sure. And I feel like
Yeah,
trying to be like there ain't none is just making it more confusing to me. But that's just my opinion.
and it's. I mean, you. I think again, but again, Tease, look how you grew up. You grew up. Your father, like, it was all girls in that household. You saw your father lead the household.
Yeah,
Your father didn't walk around beating his chest like this is my house, these my rules.
absolutely.
He
Right.
didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
for you, you understand. All right, if I get with a dude and he ain't carrying his weight or he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, no, that ain't the type of man you want.
Yeah.
You,
That's not what I saw. It's not what I grew up with.
I can speak for you. You don't want no man that you can run over. And I get
Oh
I get
no.
I get tired of women. I get tired
Oh
of women acting
no.
like a lot of women act like they do, but they
Oh,
don't.
you
You know
don't.
what I
That's why I
mean?
say
They don't.
I can almost assure you, even though I'm not Rihanna's friend, even though she's my friend in my head, but
Mhm.
even though we don't know, I don't think her being making what she makes wants to come home and be like and boss up on you. Don't want that as a woman. You
Yeah,
always want to feel protected. You always want
always.
to feel. You always kind of want to, especially when you're in a situation where you have to kind of like be independent, quote unquote. When you have
Hmm.
a man in the house and you have somebody to lean on, I'm going to, because I feel like men are made for that. Like men are built different, and men our shoulders are big because they do carry the load. And so
Right.
listen, if my man want to take some of the weight off me, I am going to lean on him. Okay.
You are.
If it's a
You're gonna
decision
lean on him.
I can give my opinion, but I don't want to think that hard because women
Right.
think too much. And so most time men are really kind of look at the logistics. This is what they're gonna do, and I'm gonna roll with them because that's my boo. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't want to think that hard, and I don't want to be with no man that's gonna be like that. That's like you said. If I can run over you, you dead. I
That's
can't.
what I'm saying.
I
Like
can't. I tried and I can't. I can't do that.
I always give an example, man, and a lot of women agree with me because like there's a difference when you in a relationship with a man and if he tell you to shut the fuck up,
Hmm.
you the type of man you with and you know what type of man he is, you know he's saying that to you without being disrespectful.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
You probably ran now. He probably
Yeah,
if
yeah,
he used that language, he's probably told you to chill out and you
yeah.
didn't chill.
You know,
So now
and
he gotta put his foot down. So
and that ain't the type of man that you gonna run over because if it's a man you run over, tell you to shut the fuck up, you're gonna be like, boy, please.
so
You know
goofy
what I'm
on the
saying?
phone.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Goof
what
ass
I'm
boy.
saying.
Who you talking
That's what
to?
I mean. But you got women who be trying to play both sides. Like, no, y'all don't
No.
want no dude who ain't got no backbone. Believe
Mm-mm,
y'all don't want that.
at
Y'all don't
all.
want that.
That ain't no part of my body that wants that.
No,
I
y'all don't
can't
want
even
that, man.
respond to that. No.
Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
And I don't want I don't want no, nobody that's finna check me all day either. But at the same time,
Yeah,
I want somebody that can have a respectful relationship. I can respect his position as a man, and he can respect me as a woman. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll with that. But
yeah. Y'all, you gonna roll with him? Like,
yeah.
what's that video on Instagram with a dude he cooking breakfast, and then like it's the man, it's like the chick, she talking crazy, having attitude, and he'd be like, "Nah, what you gonna do is you gonna sit down. I'm gonna make you this breakfast. You gonna
Oh
eat,
yeah.
and then after that, I'm gonna give you some."
Uh-huh. And what she do? Sit down,
Sit down. Yep.
shut her mouth. Yeah.
Like shut up now. That's right.
Yeah. I that's what the real men do to you. So
Yeah, that's what they do to you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But yeah, that was and then my man Jonathan Majors. Now look,
I
man.
love me some Jonathan Majors.
First of all, hand claps to dude because dude is taking off this shit in the movies.
I got my hand claps on here.
You got
Oops,
it up.
that's my wrong button. Y'all didn't hear that because I ain't got my theme right. There we go.
dude, dude, dude is having a hell of a run this year.
Yeah.
Having a hell of a run this year, and I love to see him get his money.
Yeah.
Now, can you put the cover back up?
Yep.
Let me look at this cover again. Now, all right, I'm gonna be quite honest. I wasn't really tripping off the cover.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really tripping off the cover because to be flat, I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I wasn't really tripping off the cover of it. I don't really think this is this as Ebony trying to make him look feminine. That's just me. I don't.
This is just one picture of the whole shoot though, too.
Now there was some other pictures I was like, he kind of laying like he about to get some.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it was more pictures. It was a Valentine's Day shoot, bro. So he had pictures. He's promoting a lot of stuff right now. He got a bunch of movies coming out. He got he's an Ant-Man. He got a big role in Ant-Man, which I loved
Yep.
him in Ant-Man. I loved him in Loki. If anybody if y'all
Oh, he
want
in
to
that too.
if y'all want to see Ant-Man, watch Loki first. That's how I would
I gotta
suggest.
watch Loki then. I gotta
Watch
watch
Loki
Loki then.
series first, and they're gonna introduce his character. Okay,
Okay, bet. Okay, bet.
watch that first. But he's in that. He's in Creed. He's in another movie too where he's playing. I don't know if he's playing a wrestler or something like that. So he is half naked in all those other pictures. But then he's fully suited and booted too. But what I found out from people who are like into anime that his in this particular picture that's on the screen, he's actually in the image of uh anime character. That's
Okay.
like a little villain in one of the I can't remember his name. By the time the show come out, I'll find out for y'all and I'll post it in the
Oh, okay. Okay.
posted on there. But uh that's what that's what he's imitating.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what, I'll try to see if I can find it because but yeah, it's the stylist, that was his favorite character.
Oh, it was. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so that's his favorite anime character, and that's what he basically I'm trying to find the side by side. Here go one. Let's see.
He wasn't that bad. Like that picture wasn't that bad.
No, I think people was being like, doing the most, I think. But I'm trying to
Find another one.
yeah, I was trying to find like the picture that with the side by side.
Hmm.
But
Well, I can't wait to see Creed because I know he had pretty much got in shape for Creed, and I
yeah.
remember he was in that Men's Health magazine where he had transformed his body because he was actually getting ready to do Creed. He had just did Creed,
Hell yeah,
so
he looks real good.
he put together in Creed.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a boxer
Yes. He
in
looks fine.
Creed.
Yeah.
Oh God, oh yeah,
Yeah.
y'all hear the
His
teases on
body
some
is
other stuff.
no, his
All
his body is really cut
all
up.
all I'm saying is he looked like he did a real good job working out. He dedicated
He did.
his time to working out. Leticia talking about he's fine. His body is look.
He
All
did.
your
You
ad
know why
libs,
I like
Tease.
him? He has really, really nice African features. Yeah. He do. Like he has like, like that big lips and wide nose, and he's just very. It's something sexy about him. I don't know what it is. It is. I'm sorry. He's young too. He's like only 32, 33 years old.
He's a good actor because I loved him in
Great.
that show on HBO that they canceled. I
Lovecraft.
love this.
They
I
always
was a
cancel
I
all
watched
our
that
good
shit
stuff.
faithfully. I
Love
watched it
they
faithfully.
cancel Lovecraft Country. He was great in Holiday Fall.
I didn't
Um,
see that yet.
you ain't watched that yet.
I ain't watched that
I
yet.
need you to. I need you to get it together, bro.
Yeah, I ain't watched that yet.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
on
watch it. I'm gonna
Netflix.
watch it.
That's
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah, I know. I ain't
yeah.
watched it. It's like
You need
2 years
to
old,
watch
ain't it?
that. Or
Yeah, I
last
gotta
year,
watch
one
that.
or two. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead and check that out, y'all.
yeah. Holiday Fall, and
Yeah.
then he getting that X-Men money now. I mean that Marvel money now.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I
but and I
mean?
think his character going to be even bigger because, like I said, he has a huge role in Ant Man, and I feel like I think I read something that says that he's going to be they're going to be I don't know if they're gonna do a movie with his character, but maybe a show like kind of like how Loki he's gonna have
Mm-hmm.
a bigger role. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Well, I'm when Ant Man comes on Disney, I'm gonna watch it. But I'm gonna watch Loki though.
yeah. Go ahead and watch Loki. That was good. That was a good series.
I'm gonna watch Loki. I gotta check that out. Oh, uh, there's also jumping to the next topic. There's a really good article out there about Malcolm X and Jackie Robinson. So I was on Twitter, just scrolling, looking through stuff. There's a dude that I follow. He's like a sports journalist, but anyway, there was an article that he did about Malcolm X and Jackie Robinson. For those you don't know, I didn't know that Malcolm X and Jackie Robinson, they had a long going feud
Mm-hmm.
during the height of Malcolm X, during Jackie Robinson's playing days. But the article talks about before Malcolm X changed his name to X, he was what was it? Malcolm Little
Yeah,
was his
Malcolm Little.
name.
Mm-hmm.
So he had when he was in prison, Jackie Robinson was his favorite player. Like he was a Jackie Robinson fan. He used to listen to the games on the radio, and he used to talk about how great that was that a black man, first black man ever played Major League Baseball. But over time, when Malcolm became a Muslim and got with the nation, um, his stance on Jackie Robinson kind of changed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know Malcolm X is militant. Malcolm X always believed in being separate from white America. As black people, we need to do for our own before we try to integrate with another culture. Yeah, we know Malcolm. The way he said things sometimes was probably unbecoming to people back then, but um, he had some words for Jackie Robinson, and it kicked off a feud because he felt like Jackie Robinson was the white man's what the word he used, stepping what did he say, stepping fetch, or he was the white man's entertainment
Yeah.
because he was saying that if he couldn't hit a baseball he would be nothing but just another nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So Jackie Robinson, he went back and forth in the media about Malcolm. He said some things about Malcolm X, saying that Malcolm X is preaching hate. Um, we should, instead of having hate for people, we should love all people, all that. So back then that didn't mix with the nation. The nation felt like people who talk like that was Uncle Tom's.
Mm-hmm.
They said that about Medgar Evers. They said that about Martin Luther King. So, but Jackie Robinson and Malcolm X really had a feud, and the feud went on for years, years and years. Um, I think that Jackie Robinson never got a chance to mend his feud with Malcolm X, obviously because Malcolm X died in 1969, I believe. So they never got a chance to like patch it up. But the feud was so bad that it really divided black people. You have people who love the nation, but you also have people who love baseball
Mm-hmm.
and who love Jackie Robinson. Um, it wasn't until Malcolm X broke from the nation that when he actually tried to reach out and tried to mend fences with Jackie Robinson, because Malcolm X realized that maybe what he was saying
After
uh,
his trip to Mecca.
after his trip to Mecca was maybe
Yep.
it's too extreme, because what he saw was everybody is a Muslim, everybody loves Muhammad over there, all colors, all races, and so his tone changed. But the article was good; it was worth reading. Sometimes people say ain't nothing good you can find on Twitter sometimes, but I found this and I shared it with T's. Did you read it?
I did. I did.
Okay, well, it
I
was good, wasn't it?
It was. I didn't realize they had a feud like that either. I didn't realize until I saw the Netflix Blood Brothers that Malcolm and Ali had fell out.
Yep,
So I
yep,
think
yep.
I understand Malcolm X was when he was first coming out of prison and his thought process. Like I understand his separate talk in the sense that he it wasn't his thing was, we should be separate on the sense of why be integrated and be treated like a
Mhm,
second class citizen.
mhm,
I'm with him on that. That's why
mhm.
I always say, if I have to go somewhere, I don't want to fight the power to be somewhere where I go and then I'm not treated as an equal. So
Right.
I'm not a part. I don't, if you don't want me here, yeah, I should be able to go where I want to, but I'm not gonna go here, fight to be here, and then have to deal with BS. Depending on what it is, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, yeah.
I understand what he was saying in that sense, and I understand both sides, right? And it's just as Malcolm, the end of his life, I think, like you said, he did change his tone because he looked at Islam in a different way than a
Mhm,
separate way. Kind of like how when you think of Christianity and and being all inclusive, you know what I'm saying? And
mhm.
the truth of the matter is Islam is the same way, even though it's high in the Arabic community, you know what I'm saying? But
Yep, yep,
it's open to whoever wants to convert, So
yep.
he did change, and I think even Jackie, once Malcolm died, he wrote a nice article, you know,
Mhm,
on him. Despite their differences, he did
mhm.
recognize his greatness too, and recognize that it's a voice that's no longer in our community that made a big impact. So it was a good
Huge
article.
impact.
It was a good article. So y'all go ahead and read that.
Yeah, that's it's a good article.
We'll post it in our
Yeah, in the group,
in the
we'll
group.
post it in
Yeah.
the group. I found myself. It's funny when it comes to Malcolm X. I found myself appreciating him more when I got older.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like, because in school it was Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King.
Hmm.
And then you had a sprinkle of Malcolm X,
Yeah.
but it was never like Malcolm X like this is what Malcolm used to say. This is what Malcolm used to talk about. It was just like Malcolm X. Like you didn't really get the background of Malcolm X. Like
Yeah.
you didn't really know who the Nation of Islam was. You
Yeah.
didn't know
Because
what they
they
stood
consider
for.
them terrorists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the full story about Malcolm X. You just know he got killed. You know who he was. You know he got assassinated. But you really didn't know that. Okay, Malcolm X used to go around and say, "Hey, look, you white people ain't gonna tell us what to do. We want
Absolutely.
we want this country just like y'all got." Like you didn't get
Absolutely.
all
You're
that.
just as American as you.
Yeah,
You
you
were
didn't get
born
all that.
here. You were born here.
Right, right.
What makes you think that we're this not a sidebar, but I'm gonna send you this other link too, bro. Where it's I might have sent it to y'all already. Where it's a clip of a lady saying that she was talking about being American, but she was saying that she's more informed about her roots and stuff like that. And so the lady, another lady, um, basically made a video like piggybacking off of that, and she was saying how Black people, we are American. And we don't have to be ashamed of because we're American. Like Jamaica, our boat landed in America, so we can say we're not the dominant race here, but we were still born here. And she was saying how like people don't question Jamaicans for saying they Jamaican because they're the dominant culture in Jamaica, but they came from Africa. People don't question people from Bahamas and say, if you say where you from and you say you Bahamian, nobody be like, really? So when we say we American, people look like we crazy. Well, we American. We
Yeah.
were born here. You know
We
what I'm
were
saying?
born here in America. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, it's not. It's even though we're not the dominant culture in but so much of America has black culture. So we shouldn't be ashamed of that. I think that's what Malcolm was preaching a lot of time. Like, listen, we built this country, and you
Mm-hmm.
can't. We got just as much rights as everybody else here because we were born here just like you, and you don't get no more because your skin is pale.
Right.
It don't work like that. We Americans, we born here and we have a right to everything that y'all put in the Constitution. Us too, us too. You know what I'm saying? So
True. True.
that's why I can roll with him. And I get, like I said, I get non-violent, and I get by any means necessary. I get both.
Yeah, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't start like really taking a liking to Malcolm X until I got older.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, really, when I read the autobiography of Malcolm X,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw the movie,
Yeah.
and that's when I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
this ain't the same Malcolm. Like, this is a
Yeah.
whole different Malcolm. This is
It made him human. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Malcolm who, like, hey, he was really talking some stuff. Like, he got me thinking. But then
Yeah.
but the way, and I get it. America around that time, you had a war going on, you had civil rights, you had Jim Crow. So yeah, in the eyes of the FBI, in the eyes of the powers that be, he was a terrorist because he was
He
telling
wasn't.
people,
It was
no, no,
BS
no,
though,
no,
bro. It
no, no.
was
In the eyes, I'm
BS.
talking about, the eyes of them. They
Yeah.
looking at him like, black man telling black people to get their own. Oh
Yeah.
hell no, we gotta get them up out of here.
Yeah. They absolutely had a part in killing him, in my opinion. Yeah. I definitely think they
I believe that.
on all our leaders. You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe
Because
that.
anybody that's, especially with him, anybody that's full on not scared to tell white people, and he was, he called them to their face, like this, like I never forget this one scene. I think he was outside of a school, and a lady was asking him, "What can you do? What can I do to help?" He was like, "Nothing."
Nothing.
He was
And then
like,
he walked off.
he walked off like, I don't want, like I don't want your help. Like, that's one of my favorite scenes, like, because he wasn't scared, and he wasn't, he was like what black folks was thinking, but a large percent, like you said, during that time, because you're thinking about getting lynched and your house being burned, and it's just so much stuff that was happening. Jim Crow, where black people were scared because we were terrorized. We were terrorized, like we were terrorized for centuries. So
But you gotta
yeah, but
understand,
Malcolm wasn't on that.
people gotta understand too. Nation of Islam was different than the the religion of
Right.
Islam.
It's a
The
it's a
nation
sector of it. Yeah.
the nation taught knowledge of self. The nation
Sure.
taught that the black man is God. The
Yeah.
nation taught that the black man is the leader of the household.
Yeah.
The nation taught that the woman is the earth. The nation taught that black women are beautiful. The nation taught that um,
To love
that
your
black
blackness.
to be proud of who you are. That's what the nation taught. They was taking brothers off of heroin, prostitutes,
Mhm.
out of jail. They was teaching black people to clean themselves up
Give them discipline.
and teach them discipline. So again, the FBI and all them was like, wait a minute, man, these people are actually trying to get our drugs out of the community. Fuck
Right.
that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so
Same
many
thing.
things.
Same thing with Black Panthers, though, bro. They actually
Same
doing
thing.
for
Same thing.
themselves,
Yep.
and they're teaching self awareness, self love, and because that's their message. They had to get them about it though,
Yep.
because their impact can actually help. You know what I'm saying? In
They were they preached anti-welfare.
yeah,
They preached it in a way of, that whole Republican whole thing is pull up your bootstraps and do for your own. The
we don't
the
talk
the
about
Black
that.
the Black Panthers and the Nation of Islam were teaching like, hey, let's get together and
Use
mobilize
our
and
resources
and
together.
create our own stores, create
Yeah.
our own neighborhoods.
Hmm.
That's what they was preaching. But Malcolm X, like I said, I didn't get that until I got older when I was able to read stuff about him,
Yeah.
watch a movie here, watch a doc, like read a book of another piece of information about him. Because
Yeah.
growing up, growing up, if you went to a white school like I did, I mean, you was taught about Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Langston Hughes.
Yeah.
Um, you didn't really get taught about the quote unquote radical
Mm-hmm.
black heroes like my
Yeah.
man Stokely Carmichael, like
Yeah.
like
They won't talk about Stokely, Fred Hampton. They won't talk about
Marcus
them.
Garvey. Like you
Marcus
had to
Garvey,
you had
no.
to go you had to go find that
Yeah.
read that
It
about it
wasn't
on
until you
your
get to
own.
college really that you till you really start learning about them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah. But that was a good article, and we're gonna put it in the group because I want everybody to check that out because it was good. I thought it was worthy just to look at, especially if if you like docs or if you like to read about history like we do. It'll be something you can take a look at.
For sure. For sure.
You got anything you want to talk about?
No, you know what? Before we leave, only thing we didn't talk about, bro, that I think we said we was talking about was the NBA All Star Weekend.
That's
Um,
Huff. It was Huff. We ain't
I
gonna
just
talk
want to
about
know what you thought about the dunk contest because that was like a buzz for the last weekend. That's
it.
well,
Listen,
the beginning of the week it was the buzz.
listen. The dunk contest, it was overrated. They listen,
Overrated.
listen. They they wanted dude to win, and he won. He
But you
did
don't
some
think you
great
don't think
dunks.
his dunks were good?
He did some great dunks, but all this talk he didn't save the dunk contest. Let's stop.
Okay.
Okay, let's stop. He didn't save the dunk contest. What he did was give people something to talk about for 48 hours.
Yeah,
He's
because
still
it's
going back.
already
Listen,
there's already dead.
he still went back to the G League.
Did he?
After he raised up his trophy and went on these interviews Sunday night, Monday morning, his ass was back in the G League. Okay,
I thought he was signed. I thought he got signed to them.
he played for the Philadelphia 76ers G League. Okay,
Okay. I thought he was on like a 10-day deal or some stuff like that. Yeah.
he only had one 10-day deal that was 2 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
But he didn't save the dunk contest. Ain't no saving the dunk contest.
You think that part needs to be just done, bro?
What they need to do, I keep telling them what they need to do either beg Ja and all of them to play, but give them like $10 million if they win, five if they come in second, and $1 million if they come in third.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna get them to play. Or open the shit up to them dunkers that be on YouTube
Yeah.
and just have a
The
competition
street ball boys.
and the five best
Yeah, damn near that
dunkers
white
bring
boy
them in.
damn near like one of them street ball people because like you said, he probably, if he ain't got signed yet fully, uh, he's probably missing some game. But even though the talk is that he was like supposed to be like Cole in college and high school, so I didn't know about him until he to the contest. So
Listen, Mac McClung was good in high school. He had an okay college career,
okay,
but he's undersized. He don't shoot the three like JJ Redick or my man that played for the Brooklyn Nets,
okay,
Joe whatever his name is. He don't shoot it like that, and you can't just go down the lane and dunk on everybody every time either.
right,
So he
right.
needs to work on his game. However, he's entertaining. He
He
did
was
some
entertaining.
he did some dunks that I was like, well, damn, okay,
Yeah.
like this was good. But
Hmm.
again, he beat some bums in that dunk contest.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I know that it was the thing is too, bro, the dunk contest was so trash the last couple years. It kind of was like, almost like a fresh, like he got in on a because it was been so huff.
Yeah,
Like I think last year was the worst I ever seen in my life.
tough. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Last year was terrible,
it was the worst I've ever
terrible.
seen in my life. Yeah. So I think he's gotten the benefit of it being bad
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
not that his dunks were bad. It's just, he benefited from it being horrible to me the last couple of years. So
True that.
yeah. But yeah, that's yeah, we went through a lot this week though, bro. So yeah,
Yeah, we went through a lot.
we'll be back in the studio actually next week. So
Yeah, we'll be back in the studio. We back at Sonic Palace.
yeah, yo.
We'll be back. You guys will see us in the studio. Maybe we'll have a guest, maybe not. But either way, we're gonna drop another episode. You got some shout outs, Teeth?
No, shout out to your team, bro. Good luck to y'all in y'all playoffs. Hope y'all
Yep.
go far. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hopefully next episode I can update y'all. We'll let y'all know we still playing. We still in it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But oh, shouts out to who gave me a text. Oh, shout out to my homie, man. My homie said down there in Jacksonville, Florida, man. He listened to the pod. He said the last episode was funny. And he was like, man, he said, man, y'all make sure y'all get a bossy back on too.
Oh Lord. He be back on. Him and TJ be back on. We gonna when we do our NBA playoff again.
Yeah,
So
we
y'all
gonna
gonna
get him back.
be definitely entertained when those two get on the show.
Yeah, oh hell
Together.
yeah.
Trust me, y'all gonna
Hell
be
yeah.
those two together. And the crazy
Hell
TJ
yeah.
is taller than the bossy. So like
Yeah, y'all. Y'all
yeah,
have no idea. Like, yeah, TJ is taller than a bossy.
he's
For
two
those of you who know a
giants.
bossy, y'all know how tall a bossy. For those of you who know a bossy,
Yeah,
so TJ is taller than him, y'all.
yeah,
For real,
yeah.
for real.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
giant show.
yeah,
Literally.
giant for sure, giant show.
Yeah. But yeah, though, bro, we be back at it next week.
We'll be back, y'all. Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to some of that podcast.
Yes, follow us on all our our platforms. SOTSO
Yep,
Pod. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on
yep.
YouTube. That's how you can. If you search that, you gonna see us.
Yep, you're gonna search that and leave us a comment, man. And make sure y'all just subscribe. Again, man, we back at this thing. We're gonna try to be in the studio at least every month for y'all. And
Yeah,
then sometimes when we get a guest, we try to get them to the studio too. But we got guests lined up. We got some things lined up.
we do, we
Um,
do, we do. I'm excited.
y'all just gotta hang in there with us. Spring coming, the summer coming.
Gonna be
Never
in
know.
these streets, bro. We're gonna be in these
You
streets
might
this summer, bro.
hey, y'all might see us live on location somewhere.
That's
You
right.
know, episode whatever. But we're gonna be podding though. We podding.
That's right. That's right. All right, y'all. Well, we gonna be up out of here. Y'all have a safe week. Until next week. Peace.
Peace.